Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going over the measure command and the different options that we have when measuring. So the measure button is up here on the home tab, all the way over to the right-hand side, about 3 spaces over. We've got this ruler, and then it says measure, and there's a drop-down arrow. We're going to select that drop-down arrow. And first, I'm going to show you the distance, how to measure a distance. I'll be showing radius, angle, and area also, but not volume, because we're not working with 3D objects in AutoCAD as interior designers. So I'm going to select distance. And what this is, it measures the distance between 2 points. So I'm going to select it, and I want to get the distance of this line. So what I'm going to do is select both of the endpoints. Here's my first endpoint. Here's my second endpoint. So right when I click on the second endpoint, it tells me the distance between the two. And it also looks like I drew a line that wasn't very horizontal. So it's telling me how much it's offset right there. To exit out of this command, you can either hit escape, you can press, or you can select exit, or you can type in X and hit enter. Next, go back to the measure tool, drop down menu. We're going to measure the radius of this arc. So when I select it, it just says select the arc or circle. And you can select anywhere on it. Right when I click it, it gives me the radius and it gives me the diameter. So then to exit out, again, it's escape, X, enter, or you can press exit with your mouse. The next way of measuring is the angle. So if I select that, I want to know the angle between these two lines right here. So I just have to select both of the lines on the relative side that I want to know the angle. So I'm going to select this bottom line and now select the top line. Right away, it gives me the angle. It's 28 degrees. Okay, next, we can measure the area of something if it is an enclosed space. You want to select area, and it is saying to select your first corner point. So I'll select this point, select that point, and this point. And then to actually get the information, you have to hit enter. And now it gives you the area of this rectangle. It also gives you the perimeter. And to exit out of that, escape, X, or select exit. Another way to get information from your drawing, let's say you want to get more than just one piece of information at once, and you don't want to have to do a whole bunch of commands, you just want to get the information all at once. You go over to the Properties tab, which is still in the Home tab, but it's over here to the right, about five over from the corner, and it says Properties, and there's a drop-down arrow. You're going to select that arrow and then select right here where it says List. And this says it displays property data for selected objects. So I'm going to select that. And now it just wants me to select the objects. And you can select one object or multiple objects. I'm just going to keep it simple and select this one object. So to let it know that I'm done selecting objects, I hit enter. And it's going to tell me here some information about that object that I just picked. That it's in the model space. It gives me the area and perimeter without having to measure it. And then it also gives me information about where it is on the XY axis. One more thing I would like to show that is pretty useful to get quick measurements is the dynamic input. So down here in the bottom right-hand corner, there's these 3 lines and it says customization. Let's select that. And if we turn dynamic input on, it is 5 down from the top. Select that. And then if we type in measure geom and hit enter, we get these crosshairs, these orange crosshairs. And when you hover over something, that's when you get the information. So this arc that I'm hovering over, it's telling me the angle of it. These 2 lines that I'm hovering over, it's giving me the length of both lines and the angle of those lines. This is giving me the length of that line up here. And for this rectangle, it gives me the width and the height. So that can be really useful if you're just trying to get information quickly from your drawing.